Hello and welcome to the catch-up stage of the Let's Play. Yeah, what did we do this? This was one of those sessions where we went through the months and got to the time of our harvest, because yeah, the months we looked after our animals. Obviously, we took our mineral feeds to market and earned a shed load of cash. And as I jokingly said a long time ago that we would not get another tractor, we have still not got another tractor. It's so late in that. I said in the session that we will be the end of this year is when we're like literally clearing out. I just wanted it to be shorter, and it is a beautiful map. I was literally saying how what a very believable, nice map this is, and I would recommend anybody to go on it. Very stable, obviously as stable as the game is. The only thing I mentioned was the horsepower requirements of the mower that we were given. That was still a question mark, not the end of the world. And also I moved this section here, which moved way too much. We put a bit more hedge back in and made that opening a bit wider so we can actually get the header of the class through, which is only 6.2 metre high. I don't class that as like monstrously cheeky or anything like that. So let's just move that fertiliser out a bit, knock that down, because it's going to get in the way of the work. We know they are very particular. So yeah, we'll do that like that. Yeah, so really, in a nutshell, that is it. Did we buy anything at all? We did. What did we buy? I think we've left it down at the shop. I think we did buy something, I remember. Oh, that's it, the lorry. We bought a Mack. I was umming and ahhing and thinking, do we buy this? It's a bit late in the Let's Play. It was 45,000 for a 500 horsepower. Oh, I keep forgetting. So I'm used to pressing the trigger, but that mod seems not to be, it's not starting the engine, so I don't know what's happening. This won't pull that. It's not, you need some like the snuffle stock or something to actually do this, wouldn't you really? No, the snuffle stock wouldn't do it. No, it's got a rear. Yeah, it's a reverse, isn't it? I was trying to do a trailer for one of these. I actually did almost do it, but I didn't quite get the mechanics right. And then it's one of those things I've forgotten about until just talking about it then. I did actually make this into a reverse, a fifth wheel to every other kind, like a reverse snuffle stuck for a lorry, for those lorries that didn't have a... It's never been done, so I thought, well, I could do that, but again, I've not finished it, so it's, one of those things. Again, there's not much of a need for it, but again, it's just another option that would actually work. So yeah, so that's the only thing we bought. Apart from that, it was mainly the selling of the mineral feed, and obviously the BGA is chugging along nicely in the background, doing the manure and the slurry, which we did. It was just one of those sessions where we spoke about a lot of things, and I gave my two penneth about the game and how it's developing. I am very pleased with the fact that we're not getting many graphical glitches with the game at present. I haven't seen any since these two last updates, which is good, and they're obviously they're certainly working hard, which I think is about time. I think they've been way too lax that it's now April, and it's in April that this is now... I mean, I wouldn't class this as like day one. I would say the last 5 or 6 weeks have been almost... There's still a few graphical glitches, and we had the snow bug and things like that, but apart from that, it's been fairly usable, really. So yeah, I'm quite pleased. Yeah, so I think that is about it. I'm not going to belabor this. I always like to do the catch-up section to keep it consistent, so that I'm always doing this catch-up section, so you can always, those who have not got time, can keep up with what the farm's doing, but in a nutshell what we did in this session. But obviously, I'd say there was a lot of discussions about things which I personally think, well, I love the payment, which we're worth listening to. And again, I always welcome your comments. I must be scary or something, because I don't get many comments. It's true, I would love to hear from you all, I really would. Obviously, I do get regular comments from Kevin and another few sort of people that occasionally sort of step by, but Kevin is definitely my the one whose support I really do, because his voice is the voice I hear the most. but it would be nice to hear from a few others. I mean, yeah, we get people stop by and then go and things like that. And I keep saying I'm Marmite. It's true. I'm not everyone's cup of tea. There's quite a few people that said, well, your style is different. It is indeed. It definitely, because I am me, and I'm going to do it the way that I believe is right, and I am a start from scratcher, so I tend to favour that. But then, like this one, this was a new farmer start, so I'm quite happy to switch to that. But you can always know that I'm a start from scratch, because I'm always like trying to go for reasonable, and I'll often like do cheaper sort of alternatives to like doing an expensive like system, whereas some people, they'll just save up and they'll just have expensive equipment and what they really want, whereas I tend to manage with what we've got, and I like to bring the sales into it. So I try to, as far as possible, bring the sales in that we get what we're provided locally. I always try to do that. I think it's a reason, and obviously you can't always do that. You've got to buy bits and bobs that aren't in the sales and that type of stuff. And I'll probably, my own mods, I'm going to try to favour a lot, because they're not only reasonable, but also I'm testing the mods that I'm doing and I'm improving them as I'm like going with them. So one day that most of them will appear in the mod hub, I'm hoping. Yeah. But yeah, so all that remains to be said is I hope you enjoy the rest of the session. Right, we are back on Rettenbach. Now, I do realise this is, as most of my short runs, it really is sort of like a couple of weekends work, because I have got the normal Let's Plays to do, and I'm sort of squeezing in, obviously, modding and everything else too. I thought I'd stay with this, because I think it's only got, it might have the entire outside, and then we've got the others to do as well. What other ones have we got? I can't remember which ones have got weeds. I think it was only a couple. I think, no, that was the right one. We just need to do that. It's 99 and 84, so opposites. I think I'm going to do this myself. I actually really do quite like weeding. So yeah, I love spraying. So I'm going to say my words, and we're going to do a bit of weeding, and then we're like just going to crack on. Yeah, so I'm going to say, see you guys and gals on the other side. take that. That's not bad. Yeah, this is one of those few things. There's 3 or 4 pieces of equipment that really Giants very nicely surprised me with FS25. Graphically, the game's beginning to take sort of shape. I mean, obviously, I've got to give Giants the due. I mean, I know obviously how programming is like a monster of a job. It really is. And for them to release a massive patch and then like a day later to release a patch to patch the patch, although it seems bad. It's the front one, isn't it? My bad. It might seem bad in a way, but it really does show commitment. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of work gone into that, so I've got to give them the due. I mean, don't get me wrong, yeah, I will be the first to say, well, I think we really deserve that kind of level of work from Giants, being as we all bought a game that really was not fit for purpose when it was released. It's taken an awful long time to get rid of all these horrible graphic glitches. I do think, I always did say this, even though obviously through gritted teeth, I do think it probably will be the best iteration of FS that Giants have ever done. They're building on the successes of the game before, and they do try to tweak things to make things more interesting each time. The ground deformation is definitely interesting. It causes issues as well, but actually brings a few things as a virtual farmer that you need to face that you didn't sort of face before. So yeah, I have got my own of this now, and still it's good. There's a couple of things I need to do, but I am going to, like, obviously going forwards, be using that one, you know, the one that we've done rather than this one, even though it was this, I fell in love with this. I really did. And it was this modder's graft that really made me think, I really want to do one of these myself. I've obviously run with it, but I've also got side, so it's got more capacity than this because it really has got sides, which would mean it's sort of got like it really has got capacity because it would go up the sides, whereas if this didn't, the belt would like have to stop, or no, I'm not explaining it very well. You've got no depth. It's just flat. It would only be capable of doing flat things all the way up here, whereas if you imagine you've got sides, actually at that point it's got capacity because it can raise up the sides, and you could literally store an awful lot more. I'd say 6 or 7 times the amount. So I've only gone for like 30 odd tons of storage on mine, but I think it could probably go more. But it really is a thing of beauty. I really did fall in love with what the modder had done with the Grimmy and made it to pick up from the ground. And like, yeah, I mean, it is amazing. It is a cracking bit of kit. So I've done the same myself. Not tested the ground pickup yet, as in like this has got, but I think I've got it right. I do. So yeah, we've got the BI Industries version with a little bit more capacity as well, so it should be win-win, and I'm gonna probably take that forwards onto loads of Let's Plays as my baler of choice. From a start from scratch point of view, one of the most important things is to start with equipment that's not going to cost you too much cash. And something like that would do away with the need for it is a windrower and a pickup. It really is a massive advantage, and its reach means it can whiz around the fields. If you've got like I frequently am doing now, where you've got production silos on the edge or in the middle of the field, I've got to be honest, that becomes quite amazing. I think this mod has actually got extra length on that. I don't think so. It looked exactly the same as Giants. Yeah, it does look. I mean, obviously the decal's different, but what I mean is, it is a Grimmy SL8022, definitely in almost every way. Most of the magic's done in the XML file. Yeah, it's a completely different stance on like what obviously the Grimmy is, because it's picking up from the ground, which obviously the Grimmy does the Grimmy pick up from the ground? No, it's one of those will pick up from like this is I think a bulk. Yeah, I think this picks up. Margie, so does the Grimmy on that, I think. Yeah, so that's similar on that. But right, so then we've done all that. Have we done our animals? And remind me, I think we checked the sales. Yeah, we had. Yeah, because I remember that. Yeah, because it is a thing of beauty that I've got it on. And that again, on this, I'd love it. I'd love this. It's one of my favourite. In fact, it's probably my favourite harvester in the game at present. But I'm not sure about the wheels getting through our top. This up here. Can we delete? I mean, really, it's a bit of a shame. But I mean, I suppose, do we? I think, well, no, it's close to the end of this. It's a short run. I never like run these for like I've already gone way beyond the 7 or 8 because I've thoroughly enjoyed my time on here. So yeah, I've really like gone well beyond what I sort of thought I would do. Now, isn't that the job we got to do? Oh, now this is the thing I was just going to test. Let me just save the game because I don't want to be crashing and burning. Yeah, I came in this already once and crashed and burned because one of my tension belts, like the other day, was not right. Yeah, now this is the one bad thing about this, is the fact that, now I never realised, why does everybody have perfectly flat things like this? And that's because tension belts, they have to have a perfectly flat bed. So, yeah, you can do it. So it just looks a bit odd. I suppose my entire reason for doing this was so that I could put an extra thing on this edgy bit here. But what it will mean me doing is actually flattening that to make it work. Because obviously I can't alter the straps. You can see that's perfectly flat all the way down. Now I've achieved almost what I wanted to do physically. It's quite a low trailer. Height's not bad. Yeah, it sort of like is detected by sell points and things like that you'd want to do. So it's almost ready for me to just tweak the lights. I'm quite happy with the endings on those. It's difficult to get them perfect, and they're not far off. I've tweaked those. Yeah, there's a couple that are sort of like could be lifted up a touch. But I would be quite happy to put this in the model sort of like this, because it is difficult. I've tweaked these no end. It's difficult to like gauge that little tiny bit of movement where that just fixes right like that, where it's, yeah, like a little tiny touch and it would be just over the metal. And I've got to be honest, I would imagine most modders do that right. But yeah, this is the quandary I'm left with now, because if I do my crouchy thing, you can see it goes up. Now, I did that on purpose because I wanted the thing to sit on there right. But now I'm sort of regretting it, because at the time I did that, I didn't know about tension belts and the fact that they need a perfectly flat bed to go on. So I either move the eyelets down to the point where that is, and I don't have something on here, or I do 2 more tension straps sort of here, and I could move that one down a little bit. I could move both of those. Yeah, I suppose I could actually. If you, yeah, I can't actually show my mouse, can I? Yeah, if we use that thing there, if we move that to about there, where the straps are, it would then mean we could put 2 cross ones across here that would only strap it crossways, and there would be no ups and downs to that point. But it is possible to do, so I might actually run with that, because other than completely starting from scratch, I think I've reached a bit where I've got to compromise, because I've still not quite got that right. Yeah, it's still sinking into the ground a bit. So yeah, but the collision's right. I just need to make the wheel a bit smaller. I thought I'd actually done it, but obviously not quite. Again, you're working with pointers inside the i3D file, so you can't see exactly what you're going to get in the game until you come in the game and you start to test. That's the only time you can see it. I've not done this because I have been working on. I need my huge trailer to be actually ready for my next time I'm on Oak City, because we need large trailers. So, and I've just saved the game, so it's not going to hurt. This is obviously a very rough one. I'm not sure actually. I don't think I've got it in this. No, I don't think I have. I don't think I've got the. Yeah, in fact, I've got to be careful. I'm not going to buy it. I might have it in, but this will be This is not the right one, and the cost is wrong. Yeah, it's that one. I'm not going to buy it because it will crash the game. Oh no, I have put. No, I haven't. This is the wrong one. Yeah, if I buy this, it's all wrong for its everything. You can see there's bits of metal sticking out and stuff like that. It's not quite. Yeah, there's that's wrong. It's inside the middle, and yeah, the door's not in the right place. It's totally wrong. The lights are not in the right place, but it is much, much bigger. So that's the start. I have worked on this a bit more, and I've got a lot more right. Wow, bits of metal sticking out everywhere, and in places and stuff like that. You can see that it's raised off the ground a little bit over there, and there's it's a mess. But basically, the one thing I did do, it's stable. I mean, in so much as it lands in the store without like crashing and burning and travelling across the floor and disappearing into the ground like some of my other mods. But you can see, given a bit more work, it's gonna be all right. It is. It does actually work. The one that I've actually done, and it will be 47,777. That's just because the basis of that was the large trailer that I've already got. So I just literally went with that. And when I say just, there's already hours gone into that, because it's not an easy thing to do, to make that like stretch like that properly. Yeah, I do know how to do it, but it means you've got to tear the mod completely to pieces, throw bits away, add bits back in, and yeah, really remove collisions, remove rigid body, all of that type of stuff, so that it then becomes like putty, and then you can make it grow bigger and smaller and all the rest of it. But then you've got to put it all back together again, and then you've got to make sure that all of your bits and bobs in your i3D file all match. It's almost like a roadmap. The roadmap has to match in your XML and your i3D file, so you've got to do all of that. So already it stands me at about 5 hours. Well, and that's this time I've had a go at it. I tried it a long time ago, and again that was another 2.5 hours. So it is at great cost. It really is a lot of effort to do this. Right, animals, I believe we were looking at slurry and 33. I think we'll do another like day, and then we'll be 40, 50 or 2 lots, because we are doing well with the cash. And it is true, I'm going to start to use my own BGA. I've done it on Oak City. I've bought mine in, and I've already made some improvements. I would like to do what not only disturbed us, but the sugar beet. Mine's just got sugar beet cut, the standard digest. Well, it's got digest. It's got the standard. It doesn't show it. The Giants ones don't show you your digestate as your incoming bits. They're on the outgoing products. So your electric charge, like it doesn't show. So it will do manure and silage and slurry and sugar beet cuts, not straw. But I do intend on doing those type of things myself, because I think it's a cracking idea, and they are burnable, that would make fuel, so it's not unbelievable. Yeah, they're organic materials that can actually do the BGA sort of process. So yeah, right. So we're going to do that in the morning. What about milk? How are we doing on the milk? I've just clicked on my mouse. 1,100. Yeah, we're not like winning any. Aha, we have filled though. Smashing, we have. Wow, 61% through puberty. Another few months. I mean, we're not going to see this. I mean, I was very lucky that we did. So our animals are not going to be too much more than they are now, because obviously this is a short run. Sometimes I don't even get around to having animals on a short run. This just fell into place, and for saying we're on hard economy, that is also a reminder of like, have we got anything ready to sell? I think it was on. No, they're all on red, aren't they? We said that it's coming up to October when it starts to go the other way. So, mineral feed. Now that we do have, and that is very bright green. That was the problem. That was it. Yeah, my next job for all of the Let's Plays, because nearly all of us modders are facing a quandary, and that is, if you do what I've done and what a lot of modders have done, is I've got everything on some of these silos, and I've added the production element, which means if I put a trailer here, I'm actually just as close to these. And of course, this is bulk, so I can load it into that. So if I put a trailer under that nozzle, I'm actually going to get these because they're like there. So the only way you can really combat that is to have some sort of system where, I mean, because, you know, we all know you can do it. I mean, I've done it myself. You can sort of be sneaky as well. If you... Yeah, I've often done this. You can sort of be a bit sneaky by... If you push these off and you remain on, you can then... I mean, there is a time element to this as well, but you could place, if we do this just right. And this is what I did on Hutan Pantai. I've not seen anybody else do this, but I do believe everyone else will have done exactly the same in the early days. If you stick, I was using decoration, I believe. Yeah, just a couple of bits and bobs. Like if you stick... Yeah, we know it's going to overlap. We don't particularly care. We stick that there. And it's not always exactly... Yeah, you can't always guess exactly where it's going to be. And if we stick that about there, we might get away with that. So then, if we push those away, hopefully... That one should maybe... It might appear, that last one. No, we did that right. So obviously the real trick is these have got to be too far away. So you can... Oh, no, I was right. I didn't think I'd quite got that right. So if we stick another one of those this way, so get rid of that this way sign. Oh, at least the one good thing is about this is... I mean, yeah, this is a rough and ready way of doing the same thing. If... B mode, we don't care if it's in the middle. Yeah, we'll... And there, that's definitely goes through the body of both of those. So if we quickly grab... You enter and grab those out of the way a little bit, then it should do away with this thing. But obviously, it's a right faff to do this. So obviously, a trigger where you like tell your bollards, I'm going to use cones, I'm going to make one myself. I was going to ask the modder that made the cone. I thought, Gordon Bennett, man, it's not that tricky to make a cone. You could even do a cone all in one, or you could make chrome cones or chrome bollards really easily. In fact, yeah, I might actually go with the bollards, it's easier. It really is not too tricky at all to make like chrome just pegs that come out of the ground. That really is quite easy to do. So that's our own herbicide we made. So I mean, it is as easy as that, but obviously it's a real faff, which is why the modders are doing it for you, because none of them are expecting like you to actually do this yourselves. It's one of those quandaries, because Giants have obviously gone into this type of thing where you need, your productions produce pallets, which pallets have been in the game for a long time. What I mean is it's a different kind of pallet. It's now a change. So we need, I need myself to create a switch and a movement to rise. I'm going to do it just straight from the ground, raising up through the ground, and the bollards are going to come into position, so I need to get my positions right and all that type of stuff. And I should hopefully, no, we do need to dump the ton of fertilizer. And it is true, my dump is well out. Well, no, actually, it's not too far out. It's nearly on the thing. Right, so we need, really, hopefully, to be under the... now that, we're in the right place. Fantastic. We're just a little bit away. We should now be able to get our mineral feed, and it's just a little bit too much. Fantastic. Excellent. Right, we'll leave the last little bit here. We'll go and sell this, because it is going to make us a shed load of cash. And hopefully, at some point before the end of this Let's Play, we will buy a bigger tractor. I could sort of cheat, but I want this to be natural. I could have bought one BI Industries large tractors as actually is a small tractor. Yeah, I mean, as in it's got a massive engine in it, but it really is. Have I done the picture on this yet, or is it still the same colours? I thought I had. No, yes, I have. Yeah. Still 177,000 though, so it's not like a cheap sort of thing. It is a BI Industries tractor. It is. Yeah. What was that? No, it's just the metal on the yeah, no, everything on this should be spot on. You can see it's a bit of a monster. It's got what I am going to do when I've got time is I'm going to make the bonnet larger. I'm going to make it into a beefier. The one thing I didn't want to do with this, I didn't want the weight to be terrible. I wanted it to be as agile as a small tractor, but with the power of a... I don't care if anyone's ever done that. I mean, Mack Trucks made a large tractor into a stupendous monster, but I don't know that anyone's ever gone for a small tractor. But you would need a bigger bonnet. Yeah, the clearance on the wheels is going to be different and that type of thing. The axle is going to be slightly wider on the front. And, well, yeah, I mean, you can technically put some of the engine underneath, as in like you could with Porsches and things like that, where it actually goes underneath the car, or even in the boot. We could do that. I mean, it could go under that, but it's all 3-point hitch. But you could literally go underneath the tractor. But it's still more believable if you did a wider front end. So I intend on making that a little bit bigger at some points and then making it into a true. But again, it's still 177,000. You can't make something that powerful cheap. Yeah, it is cheap, but what I mean is you can't make it any cheaper than that. But yeah, I could have done that all along. But I do like the natural thing of the store, and also it brings in that element, like real life, of like what is available in the local area. And that, I don't really want to play around with that. If I've got no tractors at the beginning, I would probably always choose to buy this one. Yeah, this because it is so very reasonable. It's a Deutz that we've got under license. We're sort of making it all just a little bit more than it cost. So it is, again, it's one of those quandaries before I was modding that I was always at, and again, I probably would have gone for the Deutz 143 horsepower in FS25, frequently went with that. I also had the front loader on it. I intend on trying to do that on this as well, bringing the front loader in. But again, this is, I've never done that, so I need to like do a bit of and it's all about what you've got time to do. You know, like as I said, the biggest thing I've got, and it keeps on cropping up time and time again, is the huge trailer, something like a 70-tonner like we had in FS22. There's a 55 tonner. I have got to cheat a little because Giants have nerfed the horsepower of the tractor, so I'm going to sort of only partially make the mass update. So you're sort of going to be pulling something like this when really you're pulling 70 tons, because Giants have nerfed the tractors, so nothing could pull it, which is a bit unbelievable. Well, you'd need like a Mack Trucker's 886 horsepower to pull a 70-ton trailer, which, I mean, yeah. Right, okay, this is where we need to be. Ooh, oh no, I was going to say I'm sure Minofeed sells it. I'm sure it does. I'm sure I'd added almost everything to this. That is such a... I'm so glad that I found that on Riverbend Springs and then obviously tweaked it, because that seriously is making us an awful lot of cash that we wouldn't be making were it not for that. So yeah, it's fantastic. Right, let's set this going and... do we send this? No, because it'll probably go the other way. We'll do it ourselves. It's only going to take a minute, so yeah, I'm not worried. So we're up to 298,700 points. I say the money has flowed on this really well, and we didn't always have the self-marketing. We were doing fairly well with just the BGA and that type of stuff, really. And obviously the solar panels with they've not had that much of an impact. It's not like, I mean, I always found... the Lort's fantastic windmill, I loved it, but it just overpowered things. 30,000 income every single month is just a bit too good. We're often getting 7 grand, 4 grand, 5 grand. It's good, but it's only going to buy you a single piece of equipment in a year, or maybe 2 if they're very cheap. But it's not going to win you the game. It's only going to be your own efforts to actually do that. I think what we're going to do is we'll probably go to the end of this year. We'll do all the harvests and all the work that we've done with the fields that we've got, and then we'll probably, yeah, like literally leave it at that point. Yeah. So I'm pleased. So I believe that's almost everything. All of our other products are all not good at the minute, so that was the only one that was good. We finally did our mineral feed, and we've obviously done all of our self-sufficient bits and bobs to make us self-sufficient, so that is quite amazing too. Right, so then let's go through. I think we'll go into sleep in our proper. Let's just check the. Yeah, no, that is as close to the top as possible. So let's just hop the fence. No, let's go through the gate. Let's do it properly. I do love it. And we will shut the gate after us so that her indoors doesn't give me earache. Absolutely. Not that we're going inside, but you know, we would really. Right, okay. It's beautiful. I do love that. They were from Hutan Panto, weren't they? Yeah. I love it when the modders like put little touches in like that. It's amazing. Right, so let's go through till 8 o'clock in the morning. So it's going to be June. I'm trying to think. I think it's July. I can't remember if we did it late, our sowing, because I know we got the snow on the ground because we'd got that snow bug in the game. That I don't know if Giants have fixed it. It's at that certain time of year, isn't it? I mean, yeah, 7,330 property income. I mean, we've got a huge production cost out of that, and yeah, so it sort of equals out, but it's not like that. 148,300. Yeah, we know we were mad with that. Manure and slurry are both. And now that's fibbing. We all know it's not going to be that when we go there. So they are 66% through puberty, and what have we got? Digestate is getting up to some. Yeah, I mean Missy B's. Yeah, I'm surprised she's not actually done the slurry yard. It was one of those things that I always thought was fantastic. I'm trying to think if I could do something similar myself that would suit me to sort of sell it. I mean, it was always a bit of a cheeky mod, but there's a lot of mods that you've got. Oh, no, it's still. Is that actually not switched on then? The grass. Oh, it isn't actually in that one. My bad. Yeah, so we put it in that one and we didn't actually tell that one to go. So that mini biogas plant. So that should be going to the self-sufficiency that should be making silage and digestate, which it's nearly filled. Solid fertiliser, we've got a bit too much. Why have we produced that? I thought we was only doing a little bit. I thought I'd left it on purpose so that we weren't doing that. Obviously not. Which one have I switched on? Because I thought I'd actually done that right. We may as well switch that off now. And we switch the lime off because we're done. And the herbicide, again, we can switch off because I think we'll have a lot more than we'll ever need. So we have 13,656 litres, which I think everyone would agree is enough for which is what the whole reason for this thing being as it is. Silage, which will go across. Silage additive, I only do that really for ourselves, but I haven't done that, which is a bit of a miss. What do I need to do? Digestate and silage. That's true. Let's make that active because we have got the ability to actually do that. So yeah, I mean that's another thing. I was thinking about the belt. Yeah, also seeds. Yeah, it's still not a bad thing, is it? Yeah, because my seeds are growing due to the things that are added. So it's not going to be. When I said it's not the most lucrative, I suppose in a way that's not going to be quite true for the fact you're adding 1,000 water and getting it's like you watering your seeds and making them grow. So yeah, I mean I'm not going silly with it, but that is going to actually double the value of the seeds that you're going to get. So actually I suppose they're not a bad thing to sell. I keep saying that they're not. So that one we want to deactivate. Oh, yeah, we want to deactivate the fertilizer because we have made more than enough, definitely. So we could sell that as well. I didn't do it for that, but to be honest, we're going to have to do something because the digestate is coming out of our ears and it's soon going to just disintegrate because there's going to be no more storage left in there. Let's do the animals first, the most important thing we have got to do. And we will indeed use you. I know we normally use the other one, don't we? But you are closest. Oh well, you're not that much closer because that one's there. Let's go all the way round. I think with this, I'm sure this does actually work for grabbing the manure. I think I probably always confuse me which one you need to select to do which thing, because it really, I'm sure it should take manure. Sure it should. So I think I'd got that selected and it didn't, but also I'm not sure at the time whether I'd gone over that end like that, because the point for this is about there. Do you need to drop the container off then for it to actually grab, to be on the trailer itself needs to be on the point? Because I'm sure this is bulk. I mean, I've used it, I mean, I know this is the FS my live 25 version, but no, I need also to be in the right place. Which means we need to like treat this as a trailer where we're going the wrong way to make it go the right way. So maybe if you had to do all of this, let's be honest, at that point it becomes a nuisance. So either it's only been finished this week, either it's not working quite as it should do, or you have got to do that, in which case I can't imagine Rolly Christie for any time making that tricky to actually use. So let's fill this with the manure. Grass is not ready. I don't think the fields will be ready. Oh, you were wrong. 87 and... Oh, hang on. Aren't they corn? It always confuses me with corn. Because obviously it's... Oh, wait. Oh, no, that's grass. That is grass. Well, that will show Gordon Bennett, yeah. So the grass is ready, but we know it's not. I think it's second growth stage. So 94 and 99, which I think is our wheat fields, are going to be ready first. So yeah, but thank goodness they're not quite ready yet. Just scaring the life out of me. Yeah, so the modding is coming on well. I feel like I've turned a corner because I am actually working on really advanced things now. So again, starting with that simple trailer, well, I've got to be honest, that was in no way was that simple. I've had hours of pulling. I've spent absolutely hours on that. Yeah, see, we haven't not got anywhere near what it says we've got. Yes, I mean, if Rolly Christie's doesn't do that, then that's seriously bad, and I can't imagine for 1 minute that like it's not going to work properly. So yeah, I'm really well chuffed with that. As I say, I think I might have to like change my plan a little because it's not going to quite work out as I thought. I mean, yeah, this is 250 horsepower and it's struggling. I mean, this is a flat area. If this was going up a hill, I'm not sure this would actually manage this 48 tonner really, if you think about what size it really is. Let's grab the Quaco. Yeah, we did very well. I mean, we only used that once, which is a bit of a shame, but it's usually been because of speed. And also, the other thing is, it's the fact that we've only got 2 tractors, where you would like normally, sometimes there's a lot of jobs that only this tractor can do, so therefore you're limited by the fact that the other tractor can't do certain jobs. And that really has been sort of part of the problem with why we've not managed to use some of the equipment as often as I would have liked. Yeah, because I would have could have set the another tractor going with this if we'd got another one, and then like this tractor could have gone and done a job, and the other one we could have done the light jobs with it, but we've not got that option due to the fact that we've only got this in this sort of range for this kind of piece of equipment. So that's somewhere here ish. Yeah, I do like this. It is, the Quaker is one of my favourites because it's a really good 20 tonne, and when you consider the price of the really expensive ones, it is absolutely amazing. We need a bit of a top up on our fuel as well. Did we? No, we didn't make it yet. We were going to make our own diesel. That's what I'm sort of doing. The self-sufficiency is to make you. A farmer's Swiss Army knife, which is why I really have that is released, as in like that's in for testing on the model, and it has been now there for a couple of weeks, so we should sort of get I mean, I've had my spreaders and the seeder on the model now for well over 4 weeks, so I'm hoping to get something from Giants, so I re-put them up. Yeah, I got a bit of a rebuttal from Giants, but I put another model because it was because it is a completely different from the Razek. It's the only similarity is it's got the same shape frame and the same shape cone, but then you could say that the squarey type ones are the same, couldn't you really? It's too much of a distinction. Now then, so I think we'll do one. We've got any left? A little bit, I think. We might leave this till tomorrow, I reckon. Just like put it in. Yeah, we'll only take 4 ones. We'll do that in them. Actually, it's worth doing. We can like do 70 odd tons, so. Animals is what I think we're going to do as well, what we're forgetting. Yeah, so although I think sometimes a lot of it is knowing there's an awful lot to learn with modding. It's a monstrous subject. It is huge. Obviously, I sort of have got a bit of an advantage because I tweak scripts and that. I'm not a programmer, but I tweak scripts and I'm familiar with syntax of like scripting, and like it does give me a bit of an advantage in so much as, you know, but it's not something that you couldn't learn. But what I mean is I've only had to learn some of the skills because some of it I'd already got. So I find myself that I was quite lucky in the fact of my skill set that I'd already got, that modding I've hit the ground running because of that. But there's still a huge amount to learn, a really massive amount to learn. I know we could have mixed our own TMR. I just found this automation is a little bit more convenient than actually dragging it across, really. Yeah, because I know we can make our own TMR, I'm fully aware, but I also got the BGA, so I'm sort of like leaving it for that. Alright, so that should be true. I've got, and I have. That's the one thing I've changed actually. The silage additives should now in this model be a very, very slow cycles. Very, very slow, because you don't want to produce a lot. Yeah, right, so let's dump that. How much do we need to grab? It's not usually a lot. No, we've only got a small herd of adults, haven't we, really? We will fill it again so that it can self-unload. In fact, no, we'll do one more. And then we'll fill. Fantastic. Buffalo milk 2,700. Yeah, let's grab it. Let's grab it, because obviously, I mean, the thing I love about the water buffaloes is the fact that they are so No, we were in the right one. They are the butter. How much butter they make. I mean, the goats are similar, but not. I mean, the buffaloes are the best in the game for making butter, and which means that you can produce quite a lot of butter from quite a little bit of milk. So it does offset the fact. Well, I personally think so. It offsets the fact that obviously their yield is quite poor because it's very, very creamy and is perfect for making butter. Which is, it's not the most bestest. I mean, the other thing is obviously I have increased the speed of the making the buffalo mozzarella, because I think if it in Giants thing, you probably would have done about a ton every 2 years. I just thought that was just silly. I think we'd all fire the cheese making company and like get another one, because that's just too slow. I mean, this only makes probably 4 or 5 tons a year, but that is not terrible. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Yeah, now that's better. That is actually that twisted and turned. Yes, I've tweaked the wheel. That seemed a lot better. I just got to find the dump. It's weird, isn't it? So it's still further back. It's sort of... Yeah, wow. It's really bad. It is. And nearly all of them are like that. I mean, I'm getting to know this, but obviously I'm hoping to release all of these again, you know, like for the decent productions. And again, I've got like... enhanced, standard, a little bit better than Giants, and then I've got the Bionic, and then I'm going to make a Super, which is double the Bionic. So each one, and also there's a cost element. The first ones are... Sorry, I thought my phone was ringing, but it's not. Yeah, the first ones are 17,000 odd. The second range is 27, the Bionics, and the Supers are going to be just under 50 odd grand, 47,777. Yeah, with the recurring 777. Yeah, I do like that number. Right, so then, sales we haven't checked. Oh, still no tractor. Another 6-metre Capello. I think we'll do what we've not done much ducking and diving, not done much selling, have we, on this? But right, so we've done our animals. What are we looking like for prices of the things that we have got? Now we know we can sell a fertiliser for a shed load of cash. We know this. I wasn't trying to do it for that at all. Oh wow, the herbicide isn't worth that much, is it really? So you could actually do that as a business, and it wouldn't like knock things out. Yeah, now these are all in white, so they're terrible. Obviously, yeah, I mean we know we're doing well. I mean, look, it's 375. So I think if we go through till the morning, it will probably be the first of our harvest. I'm well pleased with the money that we are getting from this, though, based upon hard economy. It was such a struggle. It's amazing how good productions, good equipment makes such a difference from the very beginning. So that's a good signal as well. Oh my life, 154,000. That's because we moved that other grass as well. That's amazing. So the buffalo milk is on the yellow, so it should start to go up, and it might be the October one that we actually get it. So. Right, so then, let's have a look at the sales. It's too late to do anything like that. We've already got a fantastic belt system, and the Superliner, the Mac. Is this the Royal Christie one? No, this is the standard Mac, isn't it? To be honest, I would say... Is it too late to have a lorry? It's a very good price. It is. We can afford it. Let's do it. Oh, and we are on dollars, Mr. Smith. You have like gone and... yeah, it's the most common thing that we all get wrong, really. It really is difficult to remember to do it. One day I might surprise everybody and I'll actually remember to actually do it. So then animals and harvest, and then I'm going to leave it at that point, I think, because I think we are going to have a couple of fields ready for harvest. Yeah, 94 and 99, the 2 wheat fields are both ready to harvest. So, and I'd imagine actually that our grass field likewise is now 3rd growth stage. So yeah, this needs doing too. So we've obviously now got the big trailer. We've also got we've got the 36 tonner as well, which is useful. We could knock that up to 44 tons for this. Like it's amazing, isn't it? I did say this, and you know, I literally was definitely spot on that we'd sold all those tractors early on, and I did say, like, you can guarantee now we're not going to get any more. Have we? No, we haven't. It's nearly the end of the Let's Play. We struggled on 2 tractors. It does show that it can be done, but it does mean that you're limited, as I said a few minutes ago, on the equipment that you can use, because your little one can't use like the Quaker, where you can leave it like trundling along doing the I know it could use this, but you'd be forever filling it up. So it's not because I don't like it, it's just if you're trying to like let your worker trundle on, the best thing is a fertilizer spreader or a bigger Quaker. That actually pretty much did a field at a time, which I was quite nicely impressed with. So yeah, we'll leave it here. Next session we'll get on with doing the grass, and we will also get on with I'm not sure now. I mean, I wasn't talking nonsense. Obviously, the one thing I said about the map maker was they didn't provide. I just wanted to do a bit of sums. Obviously, we've got. I mean, the other grass field is obviously even worse. If we just go on this grass field that we've got over 86 and 85. We've obviously got the Samaz, the 2 Samazes, and one is 100 and one is 110. So that's combined 210 horsepower. And the little tractor we were given is a Deutz, and we upgraded it to 143. So it still falls terribly short on the horsepower to actually do that. So I am still scratching my head at really that map maker gave us that piece of equipment rather than something else. Yeah, I think it's most map makers would have given. I think it's let's have a look. I mean, it always has to be base game, I believe. So there's this one which is 60, and the side mower of that is, oh wow, that is amazing, 4 meter. Yeah, I've yet to use that. Speed, oh, it's still 50 miles an hour though. That's not bad at all. Yeah, so the other side mower is 80, so that would be 140, and we would have been in the range for that, and it would have worked, which is why most people, if you're going to do that, would include that as your one of choice. I'm usually looking forward to this one as well, actually. Yeah, and you can also do mulching with it as well. It's quite amazing. I've not had a chance to use it. It's never come up in the sales either, which is quite a surprise. But I think it's a beautiful thing. I did love the Black Sheep modding one, but that's a beautiful shape. It really is. Very similar to the Black Sheep modding one, but obviously you can also. I love the fact you can like mow with it, and also it's a mulcher too. Can you? How do you switch your mulching on? Is that the trash? No, it's not. So how does it know it's a mulcher, or is there something I'm missing? That's a bit odd, unless it's in the mulching section, because it says mowers, cut grass, mulchers can use to crush stuff, and it also grinds down tree stumps. So it's a bit of a. I don't know how it knows what's what. Because, trust me, the Black Sheep modding one, that also can mulch, and you have to put it in mulch configuration. That I actually destroyed a contract with that thing, leaving it in mulch mode. Yeah, and really I came with horror to see the field destroyed, and obviously me needing to buy some silage to actually finish the contract. I was not very happy. Yeah, so we're at 409,477. We will feed the animals, before we leave. Yeah, we shall leave. Oh no, it's already on it, so we'll grab that. And I'm not worried about the... oh, it has actually done it, so I would say, actually, that we're probably not far off full. Yeah, that'll do me. 2,400 litres. I would imagine our other 40 are approaching. Yeah, so that is really, really good news. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it there. 409,477 euros. Yeah, our equipment, we've not got anything like any rollers or anything like that. Again, I find them more of a luxury than a necessity. But, yeah. So, we have a lot of work on the upcoming session. So, all that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching. One thing I will say, it's a beautiful map, and it's as stable as anything, and I've thoroughly enjoyed my time on this, apart from, and it's not a major thing, it's just a question mark, and I don't think I'm wrong about saying it, as we've just gone through the sums with the horsepower. I'd found that a little bit odd, that obviously the Samaz was chosen with us having a tractor that is incapable of using that set. That's the only thing that I found a bit odd. Everything else was fine. It was just, I thought, huh? Yeah, when I actually tried it, and I thought, this thing is not like... I mean, I'm not saying it wouldn't work, but it wouldn't work nicely. It would be crawling around at like 3 or 4 mile an hour, which is very, very uncomfortable to do this. And it would definitely not do the field that we bought there, because that's got a really heavy bank on that side. So we need, I mean, this is a beautiful thing, obviously, the class. So we'll get this. Oh, I know, I was just going to try one thing. I was just going to see, could we, I know, because I'm going to have to put this on the trailer, can you actually widen that? I don't think you can. I don't think the hedge is sellable. I think it was done on purpose. The lights you can do, because I found those a bit awkward, but I think we already looked at this, and I'm almost sure, yeah, you can't do this. I don't think. Oh, you can. Oh, it's like FS25, it removes an entire section. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I was just... yeah. Yeah, this must be a new thing. You can see a JM, but it does cause issues. So let's stick a bit of fence down, being as we've got enough cash to do this. I really did not intend doing that. In fact, let's go 3 of 3. That's the biggest, and we'll just make it like 2 about there. And we will sell that. Yeah, because it now makes no sense. And we've already put the lights on the side walls already. They're there and there. So, to be honest, it's not... we've got the one on the floor there. It's not hurting. We'll leave it alone. Is that going to be in the way? It probably is, the seats. So really... but we have got the one... I've got to be honest, of all of the ones... if you look at your surroundings, I think that was put there as well to stop. I mean, although we can see that you were allowed always to actually like move this out of the way, but for a farmyard, it's probably small to medium equipment. But I mean, I would hardly no. It's a 6.2 meter. It's not really a monster, but we can do that. And I suppose I'm glad that we've highlighted the fact you can do that. This may only just get through there because it's still a bit of a yeah. And I don't think a 6.2 metre header in any way is like large. But again, I've known quite a few maps where you can only do 3 or 4. Hello and welcome to the catch-up stage of the Let's Play. Yeah, what did we do this? This was one of those sessions where we went through the months and got to the time of our harvest. Because, yeah, the months we looked after our animals, obviously. We took our mineral feeds to market and earned a shed load of cash. And as I jokingly said a long time ago that we would not get another tractor, we have still not got another tractor. It's so late in that. I said in the session that we will be the end of this year is when we're like literally clearing out. I just wanted it to be short, and it is a beautiful map. I was literally saying how what a very believable, nice map this is, and I would recommend anybody to go on it. Very stable, obviously as stable as the game is. The only thing I mentioned was the horsepower requirements of the mower that we were given. That was still a question mark, not the end of the world. And also I moved this section here, which moved way too much. We put a bit more hedge back in and made that opening a bit wider so we can actually get the header of the class through, which is only 6.2 metre high. I don't class that as like monstrously cheeky or anything like that. So let's just move that fertiliser out a bit and knock that down, because it's going to get in the way of the work. We know they are very particular. So yeah, we'll do that like that. Yeah, so really, in a nutshell, that is it. Did we buy anything at all? We did. What did we buy? I think we've left it down at the shop. I think we did buy something, I remember. Oh, that's it, the lorry. We bought a Mack. I was umming and ahhing and thinking, do we buy this? It's a bit late in the let's, but it was 45,000 for a 500 horsepower. Oh, I keep forgetting. I'm used to pressing the trigger, but that mod seems not to be it's not starting the engine, so I don't know what's that, and this won't pull that. It's not, you'd need something like the Schnuffle Stuck or something to actually do this, wouldn't you, really? No, the Schnuffle Stuck wouldn't do it. No, it's got a rear, yeah, it's a reverse, isn't it? No, I was trying to do a trailer for one of these. I actually did almost do it, but I didn't quite get the mechanics right, and then it's one of those things I've forgotten about until just talking about it then. I did actually make this into a reverse, a fifth wheel to every other kind, like a reverse Schnuffle Stuck for a lorry, for those lorries that didn't have it's never been done, so I thought, well, I could do that, but again, I've not finished it, so it's one of those things. Again, there's not much of a need for it, but again, it's just another option that would actually work. So yeah, so that's the only thing we bought. Apart from that, it was mainly the selling of the mineral feed, and obviously the BGA is chugging along nicely in the background, doing the manure and the slurry, which we did. It was just one of those sessions where we spoke about a lot of things, and I gave my two penneth about the game and how it's developing. I am very pleased with the fact that we're not getting many graphical glitches with the game at present. I haven't seen any since these two last updates, which is good, and they're obviously they're certainly working hard, which I think is about time. I think they've been way too lax that it's now April, and it's in April that this is now. I mean, I wouldn't class this as like day one. I would say the last 5 or 6 weeks have been almost. There's still a few graphical glitches, and we had the snow bug and things like that. But apart from that, it's been fairly usable, really. So yeah, I'm quite pleased. Yeah, so I think that is about it. I'm not going to belabor this. I always like to do the catch-up section to keep it consistent, so that I'm always doing this catch-up section, so you can always, those who have not got time, can keep up with what the farm's doing, but in a nutshell what we did in this session. But obviously, I say there was a lot of discussions about things which I personally think, well, I love the paintwork on that, which were worth listening to. And again, I always welcome your comments. So don't. Yeah, I must be scary or something, because I don't get many comments. Yeah, it's true. I would love to hear from you all. I really would. Obviously, I do get regular comments from Kevin and another few sort of people that occasionally sort of step by. But Kevin is definitely my the one whose support I really do, because his voice is the voice I hear the most. But it would be nice to hear from a few others. I mean, yeah, we get people stop by and then go and things like that. And I keep saying I'm Marmite. It's true. I'm not everyone's cup of tea. There's quite a few people that said, well, your style is different. It is indeed. It definitely, because I am me, and I'm going to do it the way that I believe is right. And I am a start from scratcher, so I tend to favour that. But then, like this one, this was a new farmer start, so I'm quite happy to switch to that. But you can always know that I'm a start from scratch, because I'm always like trying to go for reasonable, and I'll often like do cheaper sort of alternatives to like doing an expensive like system, whereas some people, they'll just save up and they'll just have expensive equipment and what they really want, whereas I tend to manage with what we've got, and I like to bring the sales into it. So I try to, as far as possible, bring the sales in that we get what we're provided locally. I always try to do that. I think it's a reason, and obviously you can't always do that. You've got to buy bits and bobs that aren't in the sales and that type of stuff. And I'll probably, my own mods, I'm going to try to favour a lot, because they're not only reasonable, but also I'm testing the mods that I'm doing and I'm improving them as I'm like going with them. So one day that most of them will appear in the mod hub, I'm hoping. Yeah. But yeah, so all that remains to be said is I hope you enjoy the rest of the session.